Matera Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to another CWG Markets live trading session. Today, we're going to be looking at trading our official NFP US release. And I'm going to be giving you guys a systematic and technical approach on trading the financial markets during these closely watched high impact news events, such as the non-farm payroll today. But before we continue, just to bring your attention to the following: that any news, opinions, research, prices, analysis, or information discussed in this webinar or linked to this presentation is provided as general market commentary and does not constitute as investment advice. If you're looking for official investment advice, then please make sure you contact your regulated financial advisor. Now, for those of you who haven't met me, my name is Tumelo. I'm the head trader and mentor and senior analyst at CWG Markets South Africa. And for the past 10 years, I've been a full-time trader, and I trade my own capital and also manage capital for a small group of high net worth individuals. I focus mainly on trading currencies, stock indices, commodities, as well as cryptocurrencies. Now, just for your attention, if you'd like any market update, daily tips, as well as daily analysis, then please make sure you stay tuned to our CWG Markets Telegram channel. And if you find benefit from this channel, then please share this with any trader who you think would benefit from getting any daily market analysis and tips. So you can share the following link, or you can share this QR code to any fellow trader who you think will benefit from this session as well as from this channel. Now, today's agenda, what we're going to be doing is we're going to look at our economic calendar and check for any high impact news that are going to be released today. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to analyze the markets and scan the markets, look for opportunities to capitalize on in today's session as well. And then what we'll do is I will explain after I've analyzed the markets, look for opportunities to capitalize on and taking some trades. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain the strategical approach to the markets that are implemented in identifying the opportunities that I'm going to be looking at today as well. And for those of you who stay till the end of the webinar, we have something for you that will help benefit you as well. Okay, so let's start with our economic calendar for today. And what we're going to have a look at is we're going to have a look at the high impact news that is being released in today's session. So what do we see here? We can see that we've got high impact news today, Thursday, November 20th. We've got USD average hourly earnings month on month. We've got non-farm employment change, as well as our USD unemployment rate as well. So let's break down what these high impact news economic indicators are and how they will affect the market as well. So as we know, our USD non-farm employment change, which is the main news release of today, is one of the most closely watched economic indicators in the United States, as it provides insights into the trends and employment and labor market conditions in America, which is very critical in influencing consumer spending, economic growth, monetary policy decisions, as well as how it will affect the overall value of the US dollar itself. So the first one we're going to look at here is our USD average hourly earnings month on month. And this is an economic indicator that measures the monthly percentage change in the average hourly earnings for all employees in the US, excluding the farming industry. And again, this is a critical indicator of the wage growth and labor market conditions in the US. And this economic indicator released has a significant influence on the value of the US dollar itself. Then we have our US non-farm employment change, which refers to a key economic indicator that measures the net change in the total non-farm payroll in the US. And this is a closely watched economic indicator because, again, it has a critical insight to the employment and labor conditions of the US, and which has a significant value on the overall value of the US dollar. Okay, significant influence on the value of the US dollar. And then lastly, we've got our USD unemployment rate, which is the economic indicator that measures the percentage of the labor force in the US that is unemployed and is also actively seeking employment in that period of time. And again, this again provides an indicator to the health of the US labor market and the overall economic conditions of the United States, which therefore has a direct influence on the overall value of the US dollar. Now, this economic release, tends to have a high probability, okay, not every time, not absolute, but a high probability on creating high volatility in the market, specifically on the US dollar itself. And the aim is to identify opportunities in the market, specifically on USD related pairs, where one can position themselves in the market to take advantage of the probable high volatility that's going to happen into the market. And the objective is to position ourselves and obviously catch these high volatile moves and make a lot of pips in a less amount of time by taking and riding the high volatility that is likely to happen in the market. So that is going to be the goal of the session today, is to identify these opportunities where I can position myself in the market and catch these high volatile moves, and obviously be on the right side of these high volatile moves so that I can make a large amount of pips in less amount of time. Now, for those of you that are going to be trading in today's session as well as trading with CWG markets, I just want to bring your attention to the CWG markets welcome deposit bonus, which allows you to double your deposit as well as double your trading power. So you can enhance your power and double your trading capital with CWG markets 100% welcome bonus. Okay, so you can enjoy 100% bonus on every deposit on your account up to 1,000 USD. So you get to double your funds, you get to enjoy more margin, as well as you get instant credit on your account so that you can have more equity to reach your goals in the most efficient time and most efficient way possible. Now, this deposit bonus is valid from October the 1st until December 31st of the end of the year. So make sure that if you're trading with CWG markets, you deposit funds in your account, that you take advantage of this deposit bonus so that you can leverage your account and grow it in the quickest way possible. Now, again, since we are looking at our USD average hourly earnings month on month, our USD non-farm employment change, as well as our USD unemployment rate, what we're going to then do is focus specifically on our USD related symbols and currency pairs, specifically your Aussie dollar against the US dollar, Euro USD, GBP USD, NZD USD, USD CAD, USD CHF, USD JPY, gold, US oil, which is WTI crude oil. We've got US 500, which is S&P 500. Got UT 100, which is the NASDAQ, as well as US 30, which is our Dow Jones. These are our US related stock indices, as well as our commodities, which are quoted in the dollar. So that's what we're going to be doing, guys. These are the currency pairs that we're going to be focusing on. So if you're going to be following along, make sure you have these charts open on your side so that you can follow along with me and see how I look for opportunities to capitalize on the market itself. Okay, so the strategy which I am going to implement in today's session is a strategy that consists of identifying high interest levels, drawing the high interest levels, as well as analyzing the markets at these key high interest levels, as well as looking for confirmation of entry signals to take advantage of those opportunities that happen at these high interest levels. This strategy is suitable for traders that are looking at trading forex news, high impact news such as NFP and other high impact news that happen throughout the month. Also suitable for day traders who are looking for intraday trading opportunities, as well as for swing traders that want to look for intraday opportunities but hold for long-term reward potential as well. So if you are any one of these traders, then possibly this is a strategy that can best suit your trading style. Now, the best time to use the strategy is when you are trading high impact news, such as the NFP today, and any high impact news that happens throughout the month, but also for those that are looking for intraday trading opportunities or intraday trading strategy that they can capitalize on intraday trading opportunities. This strategy consists of 5 steps. which includes identifying our levels, trading those levels that we identified, analyzing the price action at those levels, as well as looking for confirmation of entry at these levels, and obviously placing the trade and capitalizing on those opportunities. This is a 5-step strategy, which I will break down in a little bit more detail, but only after analyzing and looking for opportunities in the market. Since today is a live trading session, the main focus is going to be looking for opportunities that I can capitalize on in the market. So that is what is going to be the goal of today's session. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move on to my charts. So I'm going to move on to the charts. So I'm going to change my share screen over here. So as I change my share screen, what I will do is open up my charts. Then as I open up my charts, I'll share the screen there as well. Then hopefully you can see my screen. So here are my charts and share screen. Okay, so hopefully you can see the screen. Okay, perfect. So that is the chart. So again, the symbols we're going to focus on today is going to be AUD USD, but Euro USD, GBP USD, NZD USD, USD CAD, USD CHF, USD JPY. We've got XAU USD, which is gold, US oil, which is WTI crude oil. And then we have US 500, which is S&P 500, US 30, which is the Dow Jones, and UT 100, which is the NASDAQ 100. These are going to be the symbols of focus in the session today, since we're looking at trading US high impact news and USD non-farm payroll. Okay, so the first one I'm going to look at is AUD USD. I'm currently on the 15-minute time frame, but what I want to do is I want to switch from M15 to the 4-hour time frame. Since the first step is I want to identify my levels. Okay, so I want to identify my levels, and I'm on the 4-hour time frame. The first level I see is a potential supply level here on November 19, 1600-hour candle, where price pushed down with high volume. So that is a possible supply level over there. Now, when it comes to demand, it looks like I might need to go a bit further up in time. So if I switch over here, I can see the next potential demand here I see is going to be somewhere here around October 17th, 8 a.m. candle, where price pushed up with high volume. Yeah, so those are my potential levels that I've identified on the 4-hour. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the 15-minute time frame, starting with the potential supply, which I identified. And on M15, I'm going to draw the level using my indicator here at the bottom, my volume indicator, to see where the smart money stepped into the market with high volume. So I see this clue over here, which seems to no longer be relevant. However, I see another clue over here. I see one here at the bottom, another one over here, seems to be a zone. Then I see another one over here, and this one over here as well. and another clue over here, and this one over here. So this is the first one. The second one seems to be in the same level, so that's fine. I'll leave that one out. Here's the next level here, another one over there, this one over here, okay, which seems to be a little zone over there. Then another part here, this one over here. So it seems like we have the zone. So the zone starting from here all the way up to here. And I'll just draw in a rectangle just so you are not confused and you can see exactly what I'm doing here. So this will be a zone of supply. There we go. So basically what I've identified from November 19th, which is today, I have a level over here, November 19th, 2100 hour candle. I have 1800 hour, 1715, 1000, 900, 3 a.m. and 2 a.m. candle. Okay, these are our high interest levels that I'm going to be focusing on today's session as well. Now, the demand, I've got the first level of demand. However, I want to identify the next level of demand, which we identified on the 4-hour time frame. So that was around October 18th or 17th, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, October 17th, we go back here, and now we're looking for our demand level clues. So here's the first level here, no longer relevant, but here's the second level over here, which is still relevant. And if I add this in, this is what I see over here. And October 17th, 10:15 candle with price pushed up with high volume. Okay. Now I do want to go below here and see if there's any other level I can see. So I'm going to quickly scroll back and I'm going to go all the way down to October 14th, where I see a spike here where price pushed up with high volume. Another one over here, which is not relevant anymore. But this one still is, as it seems. We have October 14, 130 candle, where price pushed up with high volume. Okay, so again, it seems like we have ourselves a little bit of a zone of demand over here. So what I will do here, just to add this again, so you are not confused as to what's happening here. This one here. Okay. Go. Then we'll add this rectangle in. So you can see exactly what zone I'm talking about. And if I go back here, okay, I should be fine with these levels. Okay, so now when I look at what's currently happening right now, I have a level of supply over here, supply zone number 1, supply number 2, supply number 3, demand number 1, and demand zone number 2 at the bottom over there. So these are going to be the levels that I'm going to be focusing on for AUD USD for today's high impact news. Okay. AUD USD. Cool. So again, supply zone 1, supply number 2, supply 3, demand zone 1, demand zone number 2 as well. Okay. So that is AUD USD. Okay, I'll give you some time to look at the chart, plot the levels yourself, and then I'm going to move on to the next symbol. Okay, so okay, there we go. The next symbol I'm going to look at is Euro USD. So Euro USD, I have I'm on the 15-minute time frame here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch from M15 to the 4-hour time frame, and I'm going to identify my potential levels here, starting with the potential supply level over here on this is November 19th, 1600-hour candle with price pushed down with high volume. Then my demand, the next potential demand level should be around this area over here, which is around, around November the 6th, 1200-hour candle with price pushed up with high volume. These are my levels from the 4-hour. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch from 4-hour to M15, starting with November 19th. Now I'm looking to draw my levels, identifying some clues. I see a clue over here. I see one over here, which is not relevant anymore. I see this one over here, also not relevant. Another one over here, still relevant. Another one here. Another one over here. This one here, not relevant anymore. This one here and here, not relevant. This one, not relevant. This one, still relevant. And this one, no longer relevant as well. So delete that, draw my levels in. This is the first one here, which is actually a level of supply. Another one over here, also a level of supply, which is giving us the zone here. Got another one up there, this one up here, and this one up here. All levels of supply, where these ones over here we can classify as a zone. So add in the rectangle here, you can see what I'm doing. Okay, that's the zone there. This one will go over here, so you can see. Okay, so that is the level here where we have November 19, 23:45, 19:15, 17:45, 16:30, and 9:45 candle, all levels with price pushed down with high volume, giving us supply. So now we're going to look at demand. So demand was around November 6th, or November 6th, and we're looking for areas where price pushed up with high volume. Starting with this level here, which is no longer relevant. This level here may still be relevant. This one here as well. This one as well. This one here. These two down here. And these two as well. Okay, and this level the day before. So this one here I'm going to add in. I just want to have a look first. Let's see if I go back quickly. And have a look. Yep, still relevant. So we'll go back. All right, zoom back in here. So you can see, so it's going to be the one level. The next level here, same as this one, which is pretty much part of the zone. And then this one as well. This one here, part of the other zone. This one here below. Yeah, it's pretty much in the same zone. There's this one over here. Okay, so I'll add in my rectangle so you're not confused. So here's the first zone that we can focus on. The first one. The next zone is this one here. And the next zone is this one below. Okay, so basically what we have is November 6th, we have 12:30 candle, 10:45, 10:00, 800, 300, 2:45, 0:45, 0:30, and then November the 5th, 23:45 candle, which are levels of demand where the price pushed up with high volume. So now, if we look at what's happening here, we have our demand zone number 1 here at the bottom. Got our demand zone over here. Then we've got demand zone number 2, demand zone number 3 below. Then we've got supply 1, supply zone number 1, supply 2, supply number 3. Okay, so there we go. So these are the levels that we'll focus on today for Euro USD. Okay, and I'll give you some time to plug these levels yourself. Okay, so these are the areas we're going to be looking for trading opportunities on Euro USD. Okay. Okay. Go. Euro USD. Right. The next symbol will be GBP USD. I'm on the 15-minute time frame here. So I'm going to switch from M15 to H4, identify my potential levels. Starting with the potential supply, I see here November 19, 1600 hour, with price pushed down with high volume. And then demand, we have this area over here, which is November 5th, 1600 hour candle with price pushed up with high volume. Then I switch to 4 hour, starting with November 19th. I see a clue here for my Forex volume. Another one here, which if I look here, not really relevant anymore. Same as this one, not relevant anymore as well. We've got this one over here, still relevant. This one here. This one here, I think it's a zone. This one here as well, part of the zone, looks like. These two here, this one here, this one here, no longer relevant, as well as this one here, no longer relevant as well. So delete. Okay, so I'm gonna add this one in. This one over here, this one here, same zone, so I'll leave that out. This one here, looks like it's part of the same zone, so I'll leave that out to add this one in. Over here, okay, and this one here, and here, this one over here. Okay, so what we have here is from here to here, is the zone. That's the zone there. And other zone at the top here, which I'll add in as well. Okay. So all of these supply levels, starting from November 19, 1700, 1500, 1345, 1245, 1230, 1145, 1000, 945, and 900-hour candle levels where price pushed down with high volume. Okay. Now we're going to go back to our demand on M15, which we identified was around November the 5th. So we go there, November 5th, and have a look. So here's the first level I see. Next level here, not relevant. This one here seems like it's part of the zone. This one here as well. And this one here. This one here at the bottom. This one here. Okay, which all looks like a zone here. So we'll have a quick look. Let's see. So I'll start with this one here. The next level, this one here. Next one here is part of the zone, so I'll leave that in. Okay, here's another one. Another one. Another one here, which is part of the zone. This one is part of the zone as well. As you can see. Okay, so basically, okay, I'm going to delete one level, but this is part of the zone. This one here, okay, this is all part of the zone there. So now, delete that one since it's not relevant anymore. Okay, this one will be deleted because it's no longer relevant. Then we'll just focus on these two here, or these three. So from here to here is the zone of this demand level. So there we go. So what we have here is November 5th, 1700 hour, 745, 545, 500, 315, 200, and 045 for our level of demand. Price pushed up with high volume. So now if I go back here and have a look, okay, basically what we have over here is we've got our demand number one over here, demand zone number two below. Then we've got supply number one here, supply zone number two, supply zone number three, and supply number four. Okay, so these will be the levels of focus for GBP USD in today's trading session. GBP USD. Okay, so make sure you take a look at the levels if you're going to be plotting the same levels on your chart as well. GBP USD. Next up, we have NZD USD, Kiwi dollar. So NZD USD, going to go from M15 to the 4-hour time frame. The 4-hour time frame here, identify potential levels, which I can already see the potential supply here. November 19, 1600 hour candle with price pushed down with high volume. Now demand, looks like I'm going to need to go back further in time here. So I'm going to zoom out on the 4-hour. Have a look. what do I see here? I see a potential level over here, which is April the 9th, 2000 hour candle, 2025. The price pushed up with high volume. Okay, so those are the levels. So starting with our November 19, got to go to the 15-minute time frame and draw levels using our forex volume to help us identify high probability areas. That's the first one. Second one, another one over here. See this one here, this one here, this one here, this one here. Okay, so here's the first one. Here's the second one here. Okay, and here's the next one over here. Okay, which is more of a zone. So I'm going to do this, and I'll get to that one just now. Next one is this one, where price pushed down with high volume, as well as this one here, and this one here, which is exactly the same level, and this one over here. There is more, which is this one here. That's part of the zone, and this one here, which is the same level. So leave that one out. See these two here, and this one here. So that looks like another level over there. So here's the zone over here. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, so that's fine. So basically, you've got a few levels here from November 19th, starting with November 19, 2145, 2100, 2030, 1630, 1500, 1100, 1000, 945, 300, 245, and 200 hour candle. Okay. Now, I will go to April just to see the next potential demand if price pushes below the current level that we see over there. Okay. So I'm going to go M15 and then switch to April the 9th, and then let's have a look here. So there's a few more levels I can see here. Here's the next one, another one here, this one down here, this one here, this one here, this one over here. Actually quite a few. And we'll look at the ones that mean the most. So these two over here, which is this one here, this one here, this one here, which is in the same, pretty much the same zone. This one down here, this one over here, same level, this one here, and this one here, also in the same level, so not relevant there. This one here, and this one below. Okay, so we delete this, have a look. I see this one is no longer relevant anymore. It's basically these two here. Then I see this zone here. So here's the first zone. And the next zone below, over there. Okay. Right, so these are the two zones. So the next levels of demand are November the 9th, which is not November the 9th, April the 9th, 2025, 2015 candle, 2000-hour candle, 1045, 1000, 900, 700, 500, 415, and 300-hour candle. Levels where price pushed up with high volume. If I add this again, just so to remove confusion. So now if we look at what's happening now, okay, we have supply number 1 over here, supply number 2, supply zone number 3, supply 4, 5, 6. Demand number 1, demand number 2, demand zone number 3, demand zone number 4, and 5 at the bottom there. So we've got quite a few levels on NZD USD. Okay, so these are the levels we'll focus on for today's session, specifically NZD USD. Okay, and I'll give you a bit of time to take notes of the levels as well, if you're following along with me. Okay, next one will be USD CAD, dollar CAD. So dollar CAD, go from M15 to the 4-hour time frame. We've got our potential level of demand here, November 19th, 1600-hour candle, with price pushed up with high volume. Then supply will be potentially this one over here, which is November 7, 1600-hour candle, with price pushed up with high volume potential supply. So we go from 4-hour to M15, with November 19th. First class is here. Another one here, which is not relevant anymore. This one here, not relevant anymore. This one here, still relevant. This one here, still relevant. And this one here. This one here. This one here. This one over here. This one here. These two over here. And this one down here. So that's the first one that I see. Next one is here, which is pretty much in the same zone. These two here. This one here. This one over here. Okay, these two over here. This one here. This one over here as well. And this one at the bottom. Right. So pretty much zones of demand. Here's the first one. Next one. This one here. And this one over here. Okay. These will be our demand zones. So we've got November 19, 23:45, 18:45, 16:45, 16:30, 1000 hour, 900 hour, 5:45, 5:15, 300 hour, 2:30, and November 18, 22:45. All areas where price pushed up with high volume. Now, for our supply, we go to November 7, looking for areas where price pushed down with high volume. If you see a few clues here, here's the first clue I see, another clue I see here, over here, another one over there, and another one over here. Another one here. This one here, not relevant anymore. Same as this one over there. Okay, so it's the first one. Next one up here. This one here. This one here as well. And this one over here. And these two we can quickly make into a zone. All right. So what we have here, November 7, 1700, 1530, 1500, 1315, and 400 hour candle, all levels where price pushed down with high volume. So now, if we look at our current price action today, so what we have here is we have supply number 1 here, supply number 2, supply zone number 3, and supply number 4 at the top there. Then we have demand number 1 here, demand zone number 2, demand 3, and 4 at the bottom over there. So this is USD CAD, the levels of focus today. Okay, so take to this so we can see. There we go. So take a note of this. What the levels for today on USD CAD. Okay. USD CAD. So next up, we have USD CHF. Go from M15 to the 4-hour, identify potential levels, got a potential demand here, where price pushed up with high volume, November 19th, 1600-hour candle, and then supply, got a potential level over here, November 7th, 1200-hour candle, where price pushed down with high volume. Okay, so 15-minute time frame, November 19. I see a level here, another one over here, 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 and here. Quite a few down here as well. Okay, so starting with the first one, which is this one here, second one here, third one over here, next one here, this one down here, this one down here as well. Okay, so these ones no longer relevant anymore. So delete this one, and this one, as well as this one over here. Okay, so here's the first zone. Over here. The next zone over here. Next one over here as well. Okay. Okay. The levels here are November 19, 2345, 2100, 1745, 1700, 1630, 1330, 1230, 1145, 1130, 1000, 945, and 745, which is part of this zone over here. These are all areas where price pushed up with high volume. Now for our supply, we go all the way to November 7th. Look for areas where price pushed down with high volume. Where the first one I see is this one over here. That's the first clue. Next clues I see is November 6th. Not relevant there. This one here, we could see if it's still relevant. This one here, this one here, this one here and here, this one here, and yeah, this one all the way up here, which I don't think I'll use. So we'll start with the first one, which is November 7th. This is 1145 candle, price pushed down with high volume. Then we have this one over here, this one here, this one here, this one here, not relevant anymore. Same as this one, and then this one at the top over here, which is part of the zone. Okay, so delete the ones that I'm not using anymore. Add in our zones. Here's one zone. Here's the next zone over there. Okay. First one. Next one. So we have here November 7th, we've gone through. So November 6th, 1530, 1445, 1400, 1045, and then 5th of November, 2345. These are all areas where price pushed down with high volume. So now if we look at our current price action, zoom in a bit. Okay, we have supply number 1, supply number 1, supply zone number 2, supply zone number 3 all the way at the top there. Then demand, got demand number 1, the bottom over here, demand zone number 1. And then demand 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 at the bottom here. So do it like this so we can see. These are the levels that I'll focus on for USD CHF. Okay. USD CHF. Perfect. Give you a couple of seconds to go through this. Right, next is USD JPY, dollar yen. Go from M15 to the 4-hour, and then have a look at most recent potential demand, which is here, November 19th, 1500 hour, with price pushed up with high volume. Then supply. Supply, I'll need to zoom all the way out and go all the way to January 14, 1600 hour candle 2025, where price pushed down with high volume. Jan 14. Right, so we'll start with November 19th, 15-minute time frame, M15. So first spike, I see this one. I'll first identify potential levels, then take it from there. Okay, so first one is this one, which is no longer relevant. This one not relevant anymore. This one is still relevant. So this one up here, this one here, this one's still relevant. So here, pretty much in the same zone. So I'll leave that one out. Okay. And other ones no longer relevant. So delete this one, delete this one. Basically delete the ones I'm not using. And then the ones that I'll focus on, I'll join the zones. So it's the first zone. Next zone here. And the next zone there. Okay. There we go. So November 19th, we have 2200, 2145, 2100, 1915, 1600, 1500, 1245, 1230, 1145, 1130, 745, 700, and 650. All levels of demand were price pushed up with high volume. Then supply, we need to go all the way to January 2025. Okay, so January 14th, again, we're looking for areas where price pushed down with high volume. So I see some clues here on January 15 actually first. So let me start with January 15. So here we go. There's one level, another one here, and another one here where price pushed down with high volume. Okay. Then January 14, these levels no longer relevant. January 14. What I will do though is, if I go to January 14, we'll just do January 15. We have zone here. The price pushed down with high volume. So January 15, 200, 245, and 615 candle. Now, in case price pushes above here, let's see if there's any other potential level to look at. And I do see a clue here, which is this clue over here. This one not relevant anymore. So we'll delete that one. Basically, we have these two over here from January the 10th, where we have 1615 and 1630 candles, both areas where price pushed down with high volume. Okay, so if we go back here and have a look, so basically we've got demand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here, supply zone 1, supply zone number 2, or supply number 2 and supply number 3 at the top over there. So these will be the levels on Boolean that will be of focus. Okay. So that's USD JPY. Perfect. Next up will be gold, XAU-USD. So gold, we're going to go to the 4-hour time frame, identify potential supply and demand areas. So the potential supply here, November 19th, 1700-hour candle with price pushed down with high volume. Then demand, we have this level here, November 18th, 1700-hour candle, with price pushed up with high volume. So go to the M15, we'll start with November 19th, identify potential levels. There's a potential level over here, which doesn't seem to be relevant anymore. So delete that one. And identify other potential levels, which don't seem to be relevant anymore. This is from November 18th. And if we go a little bit back in time, see if there's any other levels we see here. Okay, I see a potential level here, another one over here, this one down here, this one over here, this one here as well, and this one here, which is not relevant anymore. So that's the one level. Next level down here. Okay, it looks like a zone. Okay, so here to here actually is the zone. So this is November 18th. We have 12:45, 10:30, 10:00, 9:30, and 6:15, with price pushed up with high volume. Okay, that is our demand. Now supply, we need to go to the next level, which we identified but deleted. So we go back to the 4-hour time frame and have a look at where's the next potential supply level. So it's the one here we identified on November 19th. Isn't relevant anymore. So we're going to go to this one here, the spike from November 14th, 1300-hour candle, the price pushed down with high volume. So we'll go to M15, go to that point. And again, we're looking for areas where price pushed down with high volume. So the first clue I see is this one here. Next one I see is this one here. These two here, which seems to be a zone. I see this one here, these two over here as well. Okay, then start with this one. Yeah, these two here, just pretty much a zone. And this one up here, and these ones no longer relevant anymore. So we'll delete these three. And then basically what we have is November 14, 13, 15 candle, 7:30 candle, 7:15, and 500-hour candle. All areas where price pushed down with high volume. So now, if we have a look here, we have demand 1 over here, demand 2, demand 3, supply 1 at the top, supply 2, supply 3 as well. Okay, so these will be the levels. We'll just focus on 1 and 2 for gold. These would be the levels of focus for today on gold. All right. That's gold. Next, we're going to move on to US oil, which is WTI crude oil. So WTI crude oil on M15, we go to the 4-hour, then identify potential supply and demand levels. I see a potential supply here, November 19th, 1300-hour candle, the price pushed down with high volume. And then demand is this one over here on November 13th, the price pushed up with high volume. Okay. M15, November 19th, identify potential areas. So if I zoom in a bit here, I see a potential level here. Okay, these are areas over here, another one here, which is not relevant anymore. This one here, still relevant. This one over here. That one isn't relevant anymore. And this one over here. So there's one level here. Another one over here. Another one here. This one over here. This one over here. And then this one here, down here. Not relevant anymore. And this one is part of the zone. So we have November 19, 3 a.m., 1300, 1600, 1730, 1830, the 2115 candles, where we've got at the bottom here areas where price pushed up with high volume, and at the top here areas where price pushed down with high volume. Okay, so what I did identify on the 4-hour, if I go back, was the potential of the demand. I want to go to the demand, so I'm going to go back to November 13th on the 50-minute time frame for that potential demand in case price does break below the zone of today, which is all the way up here. Okay, so November 13, see if there's any clues here. There's this clue over here. this one over here, and this one down here. All areas where price pushed up with high volume. Okay. So we have November 13, 300, 10.15, and 21.15 candle where price pushed up with high volume from these zones. So now, if we look here, the current levels we'll focus on for today will be supply number 1 here, supply number 2, and then we've got demand number 1 at the bottom over here as well. Demand 2 and demand number 3. These will be the zones we'll focus on for today. This is US oil, WTI crude oil. Then we've got 3 more symbols we'll look at before starting to look at opportunities to capitalize on. So the next one is our indices, starting with S&P 500. Switch from M15 to the 4-hour time frame. Identify potential levels. Got a potential demand here where price pushed up with high volume, and a potential supply over here where price pushed down with high volume. So supply is November 17th, 1700-hour candle, and demand is November 19th, 1700-hour candle where price pushed up with high volume. Then we switch to M15. Then identify levels. I see a level over here, potential level here, level here and here, another one here, this one here, and this one over here. So start with this one here. Where price pushed up volume. This one here. Okay, so this is a zone over here that we'll focus on, starting from here to here is the zone. So we have November 19, 22.45, 16.30, 10.15, 10.00, 900, 2.15, and 200. All areas where price pushed up with high volume. Okay. Now supply is all the way over here, November 17. And again, we're looking for areas where price pushed up with high volume. Here's the first area, which is no longer relevant anymore. Second area is this one here. Got another one over here. Those ones over there. So first one here, second one here, next one over here, and this one there. So basically, we've got 2 zones of supply. This one here is the one zone, and this one over here is the next zone over there, which is November 17, 1000, 1100, 1400, and 1700-hour candles, the price pushed down with high volume. So now if we look at what we have here, we've got demand 1 at the bottom here, demand zone number 2, supply 1, supply number 2 over there. This is US 500, S&P 500. So take some time, look at the levels before we move on to the last two. Perfect. Next is US 30. US 30 Dow Jones, go from M15 to the 4-hour time frame. Identify potential levels of supply and demand, starting with potential demand here. November 19, 1700 hour. And then supply over here, November 17, 1700 hour candle. The price pushed down with high volume. Switch to M15, so with the 19th. There's a level here, no longer relevant. Level here, and this one over here. And if I go back and see this one here, no longer relevant there. So that is the first one. Second one over there, pretty much a little zone of demand. Then since we're here, I think I see some supply level clues, starting with this one here, no longer relevant. This one here, also pretty much still relevant, part of a little bit of a zone here. So over there. Okay, so that's still relevant. This is November 18. Okay. So November 18 is 6:15 candle. Then we have November 17. See if there's any clues I see here. There's quite a few clues over here. All right, so it's the one clue. Next clue here. These three here, no longer relevant. And basically we've got two zones. So November 17th, we have 100 hour, 1100, 1400, 1630 candle with price pushed down with high volume. So basically, now if we go and have a look, US 30, we've got supply number 1 here, then supply number 2, supply zone number 3, and then demand number 1 over here, which is a zone, demand zone number 1 here at the bottom. Then what I'll do, since we do have a bit of time, I'll try and look at identifying the next demand if price breaks below here. So I'll go here, let's go back to the 4-hour time frame and go all the way down here and see where the next potential demand is. And we're looking at around the area of October 17th, 1300 hour candle with price pushed up with high volume. So now we go to M15 and go to that level, October 17th, and have a look where the next potential demand level is. We're looking for areas where price pushed up with high volume, which we can see over here. Okay, pretty much over here, over here, and here, which is pretty much part of the zone, which I will delete over there. So this is the zone here. Then I'll need to have a look here and have a look and see this level is still relevant, which this one over here. Come back and see if this level is still relevant. Yeah, kind of still is relevant. Price consolidating at that level, so that is fine. Going back now. So if we have a look and see, zoom in a bit more here. We have October 17, 1015, 1100, 1330, 1400, and 1415 candles, all areas where price pushed up with high volume. So now, if we look now and zoom out a bit more, we've got supply 1, supply zone 2, supply zone 3, demand zone 1, demand number 2, then demand 3, and demand zone number 4 at the bottom over there. But we'll just focus on the more recent levels that we have here on US 30. Okay, so US 30, take a look at the levels, plot them down if you're following along with me, and then we're going to move on to the last symbol analysis before looking at areas to trade. US 30. Okay, last one is NASDAQ UT 100. Go from M15 to the 4-hour, identify potential zones, see a potential demand here, November 19th, 1700 hour, with price pushed up with high volume. Potential supply here, November 17th, 1700 hour, with price pushed down with high volume. Then we drill down to the 15-minute time frame, see which levels we can draw here. So, it's a potential level here. here, this one here, this one here, this one here, which is no longer relevant there. So pretty much the zone here. So November 19th, 900, 1000, and 1100 hour candles with price pushed up with high volume. Then supply. So supply, we go all the way here to November 17th. We're looking for areas where price pushed down with high volume. So here's the one area here, another one over there, this one here. Yeah. Okay, so that's the first one. And these two up here make a zone. There we go. So November 17, 1000, 1100, and 1400 hour candles where price pushed down with high volume. So what we have here is supply number one, supply zone number two, then demand number one, or demand zone number one at the bottom over there. Okay, and again, since we do have time, let me see where the next potential demand is. But I'll have to go back to the 4 hour and have a look. So if I go to H4, potentially the next level here we have could be around October 17th, 9 a.m. candle, price pushed up with higher volume. So go back to M15, go to October 17, and have a look. October 17, if I zoom out a bit, is a few clues here which are no longer relevant. So I'll zoom out, go to October 14th. So I don't see any relevant clues there. I'll zoom back in here. October 17th. Yeah, I don't see anything there. So I'm going to zoom on a bit more. And what do I see here? That one's not relevant anymore. So the next demand would be, if I go back to the 4 hour, have a look. Seems like it could be all the way here, September the 12th, 1700 hour candle, the price pushed up with high volume. So we go to September the 12th on M15. So that's the first one. The next level here is part of the zone. This one down here, 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 here. There's actually quite a few now that I can see. Okay, so let's see which ones are still relevant. That's part of the zone, so I'll keep that in there. It's also part of the zone. We've got another zone over here. So here's the first zone. There. The next one over here. Okay. So September the 12th, 1630, 1530, 1400, 1100, 1030, 1000, 300, and then September 11, 2245, 1545, 1530, 1515, all areas where price pushed up with high volume. Okay, so that is NASDAQ. So we have demand supply 1, supply zone 2, demand zone 1, demand zone 2, demand zone 3, all the way at the bottom over there. But again, we'll just focus on the most recent levels that we can see over here. So this is UT 100, NASDAQ 100. Take some time, look at the levels, and put them in. Okay. These are going to be the levels. So just a quick run through again. We've got NASDAQ, which is UT 100, Dow Jones US 30, S&P 500, US 500, US oil, which is WTI crude oil, gold, XAU USD, USD JPY, USD CHF, USD CAD, NZD USD, GBP USD, Euro USD, Aussie dollar, and yeah, those are the levels for today. Right. So now what I'm going to move on to now is I'm going to look for trades now. Okay, so starting with NASDAQ over here. So NASDAQ, as we can see, price is currently testing on supply level. So this is an area to look for selling opportunities, which I do see confirmation to sell. Okay, then looking to see here is a potential sell stop order. So sell stop order here. Where I'm looking to so basically I'm looking to sell here with my entry price just below the range over here. So which is the fractal low of the price tested the supply level here, which is around the 25,008 level. And then stop loss, I'm going to put above my supply level, the fractal high above, which is around the 25,153 level. So this is the area that I'm looking to sell on NAS 100. So I'm entering at around 25,000 and stop loss at around 25,153. Submit, and there we go. So that's UT 100 NASDAQ. Next is US 30 Dow Jones, also giving a potential sell order over there that I'm interested in taking, where I'm looking to place a sell stop order with entry price at the fractal low of the price tested the supply first time, and stop loss the fractal high above the supply level over there, which gives me an entry of around entry price of around 46,359 or 360, and then stop loss of 46,500. This is US 30 Dow Jones. This is a pending order, sell stop pending order. Okay. That's US 30. Now, next one is going to be US 500, which is S&P 500. currently we can see price is in no man's land. It's not testing any supply or demand level. So there's no setup here. I'd rather wait for a more high probability setup where price comes up to test the supply level and then look for confirmation to sell from this level. But for now, no trade for now as price is in no man's land. This is S&P 500. Okay. Right, so that's S&P 500. Next is US oil. And US oil also in no man's land. A more high probability setup, since price is in no man's land, is if price comes up to test the supply level, where I can look to for selling opportunities, or if price does come down, comes down in this zone where price was ranging. So anywhere in the zone where price was ranging, then can look to buy from there, since this is the area where price pushed off from the demand. So either this over here, or for price to come down to the demand itself, to test the demand again, and looking to buy from there. But for now, since price is in no man's land, it's going to be a no trade for me. Next up is gold. So gold, as you can see, price came off our demand level here. We were looking to buy, and as you can see, price is in the range where price reacted off this level. So still an opportunity to buy here, which I'm going to take on gold. And this may be going to be an at market order, since it's at the level where I want to enter already. So I'm going to be a buy at market order with my stop loss at the fractal low below the demand level, which is at the 5,000 or 4,033 level, and entry price currently at 4,091. I'm looking to enter on gold. There we go. So that's going to be an at market order. Okay, I'm happy with that one on gold. Okay, next up we have USDJPY. Price currently in no man's land, so no trade for now. Rather wait for price to come up and test the supply zone here, where this is an area to look for confirmation of entry or signals to sell. But for now, since price is in no man's land, it's going to be a no trade for me for now. Next, we have dollar Swiss. USD CHF. Dollar Swiss is, I'm going to put there. So the dollar Swiss also in no man's land over here. So again, no trade for now. Rather wait for price for high probability setup to come up to the supply level over here and look for confirmation of entry to sell. But for now, no trade at the current moment. Next, we have dollar CAD, which is pretty much same situation here. So dollar CAD currently in no man's land. Rather wait for price to come up, test the supply level, and look for confirmation to sell at this high probability area. But since it's in no man's land, that's going to be a no trade for me for now. Next is Kiwi dollar, NZD CAD. NZD CAD currently testing our supply, coming off the supply level here. So that's a confirmation to sell here. I'm going to place a pending order, which is a sell stop pending order with my stop loss on the fractal high above the supply level and our entry price, the fractal low just off the supply over here, where the entry is at around 0.5609 and stop loss 0.5619 on NZD USD. Okay, so that is NZD USD. Next is GBP USD, currently also in no man's land, so no trade so far. Rather wait for a high probability setup, which likely could be price coming down to test the demand level and looking for opportunities to buy over there, but no trade for now. Okay. Next is euro dollar. Euro dollar currently testing our demand zone over here, which is perfect. So I look enter a buy here, buy pending order, which is a buy stop order. Entry price. Okay, I'm gonna put my entry price on the fractal high above this range over here. Stop loss, I wanted the fractal low below the demand level, but I want to zoom back and see if there's another fractal low I can use, which it is. I want to use this fractal low over here, which is slightly below the demand level over here, this fractal low from November the 6th. So now entry price is around 1.1524 and stop loss 1.1502. That's a buy stop pending order on euro dollar. Next up is Aussie dollar. AUD/USD is currently coming off the supply level over here, which if I look, still see a potential trade there, which I'm going to take. Okay, coming off, consolidating off the supply zone there. So I'm going to place a sell stop order with stop loss, but the factor high above the supply level, and then entry price, this fractal low over here, which came off the bottom of the range of the price coming off the supply here in Aussie dollar. So entries at around 0.6473 and stop loss is around 0.6494. And this is AUD/USD. Here, AUD/USD. And yep, that is all the setups so far. Again, NASDAQ looking to sell, US 30 looking to sell, S&P 500 no trade, US oil no trade, US oil no trade, gold looking to buy, dollar yen, no trade for now, USD/CHF, no trade, let me see, no trade for now, MS dollar CAD, Kiwi dollar looking to sell, cable, no trade for now, Euro dollar looking to buy, Aussie dollar looking to sell. Okay, those are the setups for now. But 5 minutes till the news will be released. So again, I'm just going to scroll through again to the charts, and I'm just going to wait for the news to be released. Okay, we've got a minute till the news is to be released. Okay, about 15 seconds. Let's do a quick run through. Let's see. See anything we can do before. Seems like that's all the setups we have there. Okay, news is released right now. Volatility is picking up a little bit. Nothing major though. Okay, NZD USD did trigger. Okay. Okay, market looks like it's moving now. Okay. So we did have dollar yen trigger into the supply level there. So we'll wait for this candle to close for potential sell order. So we'll keep an eye on this one, USD JPY. Dollar yen has pushed into the demand zone here. So now what we can look for is potential buying opportunities. Just wait for the candle to close and see if there's any buy setups happening. Dollar CAD still in no man's land, but it looks like it's pushing down to the demand level. Okay, Kiwi dollar is reversed. GBP USD, Euro USD has triggered. It's in a little bit of a profit there. Aussie dollar reversed as well. Then we've got NASDAQ. Looking like we need to update this order. Same with Dow Jones. S&P 500 looks like it's filling up as well for a sell order there. Then US oil is pushing down into that zone. Not yet though. Gold still at the entry. Okay, so give us about 10 minutes. Wait for the market to set up, and then we'll look for new trades to enter. But in the meantime, what I'll do is I'll switch my screen here and quickly break down the strategy that I was using today, which, as you can see, is a 5-step strategy, which looks at identifying levels, drawing the levels, analyzing the price action at those levels, and then looking for confirmation of entry and placing the trade in the 5th step. So step number 1 is to identify our potential supply and demand levels, which you do on the 4-hour time frame using the Forex volume indicator, which helps you to identify those high volume spikes, which are high probability areas where the smart money stepped into the market. Where again, our supply level is a high probability sell area, and a demand level is a high probability buy area. This is the first step of the strategy. Okay. Then step number 2 is to draw the levels, which you do on the 15-minute time frame. Again, using your Forex volume indicator to help identify the high volume spikes, which are high probability areas where the smart money stepped into the market. This is step 2 of the process. Then step number 3 is to analyze the price action, which you do on the 15-minute time frame, is where you analyze. And what we're analyzing is to see what levels the smart money is focusing on and what levels the retail trading is being induced to trade. Okay. So we always make sure we analyze on the most recent price action, because that's where the current price is moving and setting up opportunities to capitalize on. So that will be step number 3. Step number 4 is we look for confirmation of entry, where we identify with supply or demand level price is currently testing. Where price is currently testing the supply level, we look to sell from the supply down to the demand. And if price is currently testing the demand level, we're looking to buy from the most recent demand level up to the most recent demand level, where again this is supply and demand 101. Sell at supply, buy at the demand level. Okay, so that is step number 4 of this process. Then step number 5 is actually place the trade, which you've seen me do, is we place the trade preferably before the high impact news of NFP is released. And you can use any one of the mixture of these 3 options to place your order, whichever one is the most relevant and allows you to capitalize the most on the trade. We can either use the most recent fractal high or low to set your entry or your stop loss, or you can use the top of the range and the bottom of the range if the market is ranging at the area where you want to enter, or you can use the candlestick high or low, which is relevant to where you want to enter, to place either your stop loss or your entry price. And any one of the 3 you can use to help set your entry price and your stop loss once you got your confirmation of entry and you're looking to enter the market, whether you're buying or you are selling. This is important because whenever you trade, you want to make sure that every trade you manage your risk diligently, where you only have or set a predetermined risk on every single trade order that you place. We have a predetermined risk of how much you are willing to lose per single trade. So then this will allow you, once you know where you enter the market and where you're going to exit the market with a loss, will allow you to set the correct volume that is in line with the predetermined risk factor that you are implementing on your trading account. Okay, so that is very, very important. And this is the 5-step process that is used today to identify opportunities to capitalize on NFP. Okay, so this is the 5-step process. Now, back to the charts. We're going to have a look here at our charts. And see if there's anything else setting up here. Gold is moving up, a little slightly above the entry. Dollar yen, going to wait for this candlestick to close before looking to sell. Dollar first looking to buy now. Dollar CAD is pushing below the demand level, so we'll just keep an eye on this one. Kiwi dollar has reversed completely, so we just have to wait for price to come up to the next supply zone. GBP USD has moved up. Euro dollar is moving up, so slightly in a bit of a profit there. Aussie dollar has reversed, and then Nasdaq and US 30, we're going to need to update these orders, but I'm still happy with the sell there. Then US 500, also potentially going to put in the sell. Then US oil, still going to keep an eye on this one. And this is called so far. Okay, so in the meantime, while we're waiting for the markets to set up, for those of you who don't know about CWG markets, I just want to quickly tell you about CWG markets, which is basically your online trading expert and your gateway to global trading excellence. CWG Markets is a leading international broker specializing in currencies, CFDs, commodities, stock indices, cryptocurrencies, as well as stocks themselves. With a wide range of trading options, as well as global reach, with global presences and trading floors in the key financial hubs around the world, including London, Singapore, Dubai, Johannesburg, South Africa, in Sandton, Mexico, Vietnam, Nigeria, and more trading floors opening around the world, allowing you to basically provide you with the best trading environment, low spreads, stable trading infrastructure, and strong support for your diverse trading needs that you have, as well as ensuring that your capital is protected whenever you deposit funds with CWG Markets. The key here is to understand that trading begins with trust, and CWG Markets is committed to providing a secure trading and transparent environment to provide you with the best environment to help you to achieve your goals through financial trading. CWG Markets is also regulated by some of the main regulatory bodies, including the FSCA in South Africa, the FCA in London, the VFSC, as well as the FSCS as well, where CWG Markets has also achieved multiple awards, including being awarded the Best Forex Education Platform of the Year in South Africa, which was awarded by the Smart Vision Summit, which was held in South Africa. Also recognized as one of the best brokers in South Africa, recognized by the Traders Fair, which is a fair expo run by Finexpo, a global expo company, as well as being recognized as the leading financial services provider in the UK for 2025 by the Global Excellence Chronicle Magazine Awards, the fastest growing low spread multi-asset trading platform in the Middle East for 2025, awarded by the Gazette International Global Magazine, the best investment educational broker, which was awarded by the Trading Influencer Awards held in Cyprus, as well as being one of the few financial brokers that are a member of the London Stock Exchange Group, which allows CWG Markets, again, to provide you with the best tools and the best environment for you to achieve your goals through trading. Not only that, being achieved a flawless 100% satisfaction ranking, which was given by the Brokers Review, a global broker review company, as well as by the Brokers View, awarded as the best copy trading platform in the global trading space as well. So these are just some of the awards as well. Now, before I continue, or before we go back to the charts, I just want to bring your attention to the CWG Points Mall, which is a rewards system for every time you trade as normal. You get to earn points, and if you collect enough points, you get to exchange those points for gifts in the Points Mall for things like the latest smartphones, laptops, accessories, and you can have these items delivered to you directly at no additional cost. You simply trade, you earn points, and you use those points to get more gifts, trading with CWG Markets as well. So make sure that when you start trading CWG Markets, we do have an offer for you where you get to earn double the trading points in the first week of your trading with your account on CWG Markets, which provides you access to earn your rewards even more quicker. And this applies to all account types for point collection on CWG markets. Okay, and again, you can use these to exchange for gifts in the points mall, such as the latest smartphones, laptops, accessories, which will be delivered to you directly. And then for those of you who are looking to trade, and I just want you to know that with a minimum deposit of $10, you can get access to high leverage multi-asset trading account, which is our CWG Markets Center account, which allows you to make professional trading more efficient with MetaTrader 5. And this account will provide you access to trade a diverse product range, including Forex, commodities, stock indices, cryptocurrencies, as well as stocks themselves, and with high leverage up to 1:1,000, as well as EA automation support enabled. So make sure you scan the QR code that you see on the screen, open an account with CWG Markets, and start trading now with CWG Markets. And for those who went here earlier on, CWG Markets also has a welcome deposit bonus, which is a 100% deposit bonus, allowing you to double your deposit and double your trading power, enhance your buying power, so that you can leverage your account and have more equity to grow your account in the most efficient way possible. And this is a 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000 on every deposit that you put in your trading account. And this is valid until December 31st of this year. Okay, so back to our charts. Have a look at what trades are setting up now, and what I'm going to look at taking more trades before I end off the session here. And we can still see gold is still valid, so I'm happy with this trade. We were looking to buy from our demand level over here up to the supply level up here, so we still got a bit of room to trade. Now we've got USD JPY, which has tested our supply level here, giving us an indicator to sell. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place a sell stop order, okay, where it's going to be a sell stop order with a stop loss above the supply zone number 1 here, okay, above supply zone number 1, which will be if I do this, should be around, yeah, this area over here. So my stop loss, I'm going to put on the fractal high just above supply zone number 1 from January 14th, which is stop loss around 158, 153, and entry price sell stop order on the low of the candle that tested the supply level with the high volume, which is this candle over here. So entry price at 157.20. This is USD JPY. Right. Next is USD CHF. Price currently testing our demand level over here, demand zone, giving me an opportunity to buy here. I'm going to place my buy order, a buy stop order, with my stop loss on the fractal low below the demand zone number 1, and my entry price. I'm going to use the fractal high, the range above where price came and tested the demand level initially, okay, which is entry price around 0.8072 and stop loss around 0.8045 on USD CHF. So that's USD CHF. Next up is dollar CAD. So USD CAD currently testing our demand level. So this is an opportunity to look for buy setups, which I do see a buy setup over here that I can take, where buy stop order, entry price on the fractal high, which is above this range when price came down here, and then stop loss on the fractal low below the demand level, which is slightly below the low of the candle, the high volume that tested the demand level. So entry is 140.63 and stop loss 140.38. This is what I'm looking to buy on USD CAD. Next is NZD USD, currently testing the supply number 2 over here. So no confirmation to sell yet, no entry that I can see. So I'm going to wait and see how price reacts to this level, and I'm going to look for an entry price around the supply level here, where I can look to sell down to demand number 1. But for now, no traders setting up as here. We'll just keep an eye on this one throughout the rest of the day. So these are the areas where I'll be looking to sell on NZD USD. GBP USD, still in no man's land. And now since price has pushed up here, I would rather say wait for price to come up, test the supply level, and that's where I'll be looking to sell from the supply level over there down to the demand below. So for now, no trade on GBP USD since it is in no man's land. Next, we've got Euro USD, which has triggered and is still a little bit of a profit over there. I'm still happy with this order. Okay. However, this price is testing the supply zone over here. If there's an indication that price is reversing to the downside, then we'll look to minimize risk on this trade or exit the positions over here. But for now, still happy with the buy trade from the demand level over there, and this is on Euro USD. Now we've got Aussie dollar, which is currently testing our supply number 2 here. It's broken through supply zone number 1. It is testing supply number 2, which we'll be looking to sell over there. So no confirmation of entry to sell yet, but we'll be looking to sell from supply number 2 down to demand number 1. This is AUD USD. Next is NASDAQ UT 100. You can see price is pushing above supply number 1 here. So I'm going to delete this pending order, but I'm going to wait and see for more confirmation to sell here, or wait for price to come and test supply zone number 2 here. Where I'll be looking to sell as well. So keep an eye on this one for the rest of the day. Same with US 30, it's pushed up higher over here. Okay, so since it's pushed up higher, I'm going to delete the pending order. I'm looking to sell here. And the next area of selling opportunity is going to be the supply zone number 2, all the way up here around the 4750 level, 47,050 level. Okay, so that's US 30. S&P 500, currently testing the supply there. I'm going to wait for this candle to close in 7 minutes, and then there is going to be a potential trade that I'm going to take to the downside over here. So we'll wait for this candle to close before looking at placing the next pending order. Next, we've got US oil. It has come into the zone over here, I might actually take it at market order here, since it's at the entry price that I want to enter here on US oil. Basically, what I want to do is I want to enter this factor high over here, which is the factor high above the range, and stop loss the factor low below the demand level over there. So basically, that's where I'm going to place my buy. Oh, I can put a buy stop order right now. So entry at around 59.70, stop loss 59.20 on US oil over here. So here we go. Into enter here. Okay, so that is US oil. This is gold. Still happy with gold. So basically, those are the setups for today. Happy with the setup. So I will wait for 4 or 5 more minutes for the candle to close, and then we'll look at placing any final trades. But in the meantime, while the market is setting up, for those of you that have made it to the end of the session, I just want to show you what trading with CWG markets provides you as a trader and what access you get to benefit yourself and your trading journey, your trading knowledge, and your trading experience with CWG markets. What you get access to is daily market analysis and tips. You get access to knowledge building sessions where you learn strategies and strategical approaches to improve your skills in trading the markets. Live trading sessions like today, and expert-led coaching where you can have a one-to-one coaching session with myself or any one of my expert team of traders at CWG Markets, as well as assistance to help you and show you how to create your own trading plan of success, which is your business plan for success, which gives you the step-by-step you need in order for you to achieve the financial goals that you want through financial trading, as well as getting access to trade with an account that meets your needs to help you to reach your goals in the most efficient time, and part of the rewards program, which is the CWG Markets Points More program, where you earn points every time you trade, and you can use those points to exchange them for gifts at the Points More. So get access to this by 1, opening an account to CWG Markets, 2, funding your account to CWG Markets, and 3, once you have done that, you can get access to a free 30-minute one-on-one coaching session with myself. All you need to do is email or WhatsApp the word coaching to the email address you see there, or to the WhatsApp link that you can use to send a direct message, and we can set up a one-on-one coaching session to help you and answer any quick trading related questions you have, to help you, to guide you in the correct journey of success with your trading. So click on either the email address there, you can type it out, or the WhatsApp link. If you follow that link, it will take you directly to a WhatsApp chat where you can request for a free 30-minute one-on-one coaching session. Okay. Now, in the meantime, since the markets are setting up again, I'm going to go back to the charts. And we're still happy with USD JPY there. It's still giving us a sell order. Next, we have dollar Swiss, the buy I'm happy with still. And with CAD, happy with the buy there. Kiwi dollar, still no confirmation to sell yet, but still looking to sell here at supply 2 and supply 3. If anything happens later on in the day, GBP USD is pushing up and we'll be looking to sell at the supply level over there. Euro dollar is still going up, so happy with that one. Aussie dollar, no confirmation to sell yet, but looking to sell at supply number 2 over here. Then NASDAQ, still could look to sell here, which I actually am going to do over here. So sell stop order. Sell stop order again. Still use the same fractal low as before. And stop loss will still be the fractal high above the supply level number 1 over there. So entries around 25,005 and stop loss 25,195, and this is NASDAQ 100. All right, so that's NASDAQ. Next up is Dow Jones, US 30. Price is pushed above supply. So going to wait for price to come up to supply zone number 2. I'll be looking to sell over there. So no trade for now. Then S&P 500, US 500. I do see a trade order that I want to place. So delete this, remove this out the way. Sell stop order with stop loss on the fractal high above the supply zone, and then entry price on the most recent fractal low over here. So entry is at 6,712 and stop loss 6,759. So it's S&P 500. Then next we've got US oil, which has not triggered the buy order, which I'm happy with. Gold, still happy with that one. And yeah, those are all the setups for today's session. So So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move along. And for those of you who enjoyed the session, if you don't mind, to kindly leave a review by scanning the following QR code, leave us a review, kindly leave us a review. And if you do so, you can take a screenshot, send it to me, and we will increase your 30-minute coaching session to a free 1-hour coaching session with myself, or any one of my expert team of traders. But that brings me to the end of today's trading session. If you'd like to contact me, again, feel free to send me an email or WhatsApp and any one of the QR codes that you see on the screen, or type any of the following links in your email or your URL to get access to myself. But other than that, hopefully you enjoyed the session, and I will see you guys in the next live trading session on our Telegram channel in the future. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.
Catch that work.